Alright boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our Quebec City Ace Nordiques. We've made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals here in Year 4. What a year it has been. President's Trophy. Then in the first round we beat the Buffalo Sabres in 5 games. Moved on to the second round against the Detroit Red Wings, beat them in 5 games. And then we moved on to the third round against our rivals, I guess you could call them. The Washington Capitals, the team that 2 years ago kicked us out in the first round. We beat them in 5 games. So we've only lost 3 games so far in the entire playoffs, which is great. And we're up against the St. Louis Blues here in the Stanley Cup Finals. And I was reading your comments, and look down here. The Blues are on fire as they play Quebec City, having won their last 11 in a row. So these guys are on an 11-game winning streak. They must have had a sweep in rounds 2 and 3, and then going back to round 1, they must have won 3 in a row after however many losses. All right, 3 in a row, sweep. So that takes them up to 11 right here. So we might be facing a team that's also only lost 3 games or less, right? So this is going to be a good final here. The St. Louis Blues, they may not have the best regular season record there, but 11 in a row in the playoffs. They're definitely a hot team. So before we get started, as always, let's take a look at what we're up against in St. Louis. Okay, usually by this time, I've seen in just my side GMs, usually St. Louis is not the best team, usually because they always lose their goalies, but I think I saw Yaroslav Halak still on the team. And, yeah, you know what? They have a pretty deep team. Yeah, look at that first line. Danny Heatley, Derek Roy, and TJ Oshie. You got a sniper, playmaker, and two-way forward. Now, they're only 85 overall, but that is serviceable. I think an 85 overall is listed as a first liner. So it's actually a pretty good first line. It might be a good defensive first line, too, with Oshie and Derek Roy. Second line, you got Jaden Schwartz, Berglund, and Erat. That's actually pretty good as well. I mean, another 285s in there. So they got 5 85 overall players on their top 6, okay? 3 playmakers, a sniper, and 2 two-way forwards. Erat's only 84, but that's what I mean. They got some deep lines here. They may not have a superstar, but their second line is just as good as their first line. Third line, you got Stewart, McRae, and Tarasenko. Stewart and Tarasenko, they should be second liners, right? That's a filthy third line. McRae, I don't know too much about, but I like it because he's a power forward, so maybe the body checking category and the defensive category are pretty good. That's a pretty filthy third line. And then the fourth line, Pyarvi, O'Brien, and Frazier. No, it's not Mark Frazier. Whatever, I don't even know who that is. 79 overall, 78, and 79. Not bad. So we got a pretty deep team here in St. Louis. You can kind of see why they're on such a winning streak. That's a nice setup they have. And then, oh my God, Shattenkirk and Pietrangelo are probably both two-way defensemen. So they have two top 2 defensemen. Good God. Jay Bouwmeester, 86 overall. Cole, 83. So, I mean, Bouwmeester's perfect for top 4. Same thing with Cole. And then, oh my God, freaking Roman Polak, 81 overall defensive defenseman. Yeah, that's just great. I can already see it right now. And Bergeron, 81, offensive defenseman and a defensive defenseman. The rest are all two-way defensemen. Yeah, you can really see why they are on an 11-game winning streak. This is a pretty stacked team, a pretty deep team. They got an amazing defensive core, and this is usually why. Yeah, they got not Jake Allen. They have Jake Allen as their backup, but Yaroslav Halak is still on their team by year 4. Usually by this time, again, I usually see the St. Louis Blues, Halak go to free agency, but they still have him, 85 overall goaltender, which is good enough, I suppose. And, yeah, that's the team that we got to face. That's a tough team. I got to say, that is a tough team. Now, let me just go to our line changes here, because I can't remember if the defenseman is back or not. Hang on. Martinez. Who was that other defenseman that got injured? He must still be injured. That must be the reason. Hang on. Martinez is down there. I can easily switch Martinez to the third line. I still want to do that. But who's that defenseman that was injured? Hang on. Kulikov. Yes, Kulikov is still injured. So we're going to have to replace Kulikov with Martinez. And in the meantime, I'm going to move Martinez. Yeah, we'll switch him with Goodbranson everywhere, okay? Power play. Well, I want to have Martinez in there instead of Goodbranson and Green. Yeah, so Martinez can play on the power play. That's fine. Second line power play. All right, he's not on there. Penalty kill, not there. All right, perfect. So he's actually not playing that much anyways. Goodbranson didn't get that much time for us. All right, so, and also the goaltenders, you guys were saying ride the hot hand. I do agree with that. Markstrom played so good for us. Eddie Lack, I feel sorry for him, but I mean, if you have 2 bad games, you know, he gave it up. I gave him the chance to get back in it, but Markstrom came and he took the ball and he's running with it. But we can go back to Eddie Lack if Markstrom drops that ball, okay? But yeah, I agree with you guys. We should definitely start with, what's his name? The guy who's the hot hand, as you guys were saying. So there you go. That's taken care of. Yeah, we are ready to go. All right, so last thing, let us just check out the injury report. See if the St. Louis Blues have anybody injured. I wouldn't say that they do because they finished up every team so quickly. They've had plenty of time off. So hang on, GM options, injury reports. Let's just see what they got. So Kulikov still needs to be evaluated. Hurry the hell up, man, and evaluate him. St. Louis, let's see who they have. No injuries whatsoever. So they are a healthy team. They are a stacked team. They're a deep team. They have everything that you need. They're only missing one thing. I mean, that superstar forward, okay? That's all they're missing. And we have that in Jonathan Huberdeau. So hopefully our offense is enough to take us to that Stanley Cup, okay? So here we go. Home ice in Le Colisée de Pepsi or something like that. Here we go, okay? This is going to be interesting. Who's going to step up for the Quebec City Ace Nordiques? Are we going to be a bust in the finals? Or are the good players and the good moves going to keep on happening here in the final round? I just want it to be a competitive Stanley Cup final, okay? I don't want them to have like a 15-game winning streak. Not on my watch, all right? So come on, boys. Get off to a good start. Markstrom, the eggs are in your basket. Here we go. First period. Oh, my God. Martin Erat scores on Jacob Markstrom. Okay. So they got off and they got the lead. But that's okay. It's going to be a marathon here. It's not a sprint. Second period. Oh, they got another one. Danny Heatley. All right, Markstrom, you allowed 2 goals on 25 shots. But the real story is the fact that we can't score a goal. So if we can get a quick one, it might not be over. But what did I say about... Oh, there's a quick one. Leave it up to the lethal Latvian Kapitanov. Hang on, it's 2-1. But they're 2 defensemen. They may not have that superstar goalie, but Shattenkirk and Pietrangelo are already out there. Oh, my God, always out there. And Chris Stewart. Oh, my God, Morgan Rielly. If only you got that goal before Chris Stewart got the empty netter. Morgan Rielly made it a close game, but we lost 3-2. All right, so I don't want to exactly blame Markstrom for that one, you know, because it was 38 shots on the net. He allowed 3 goals, but 1 each period. It was more that our offense couldn't score. So I'm not going to take out Markstrom just yet. I'll take him out if we lose the next game. But I don't feel like it was Markstrom's fault that game. Now, I don't want to go crazy and, you know, start knee-jerking line changes. Let's just see what happens in Game 2, all right? It was a 1-goal game. They got an empty netter. Let's just see what happens in Game 2. They didn't dominate us. So now they're on a 12-game winning streak. Good God almighty. All right, home game, boys. Come on, we got to step up for our fans. We've got to step up for our fans. We got to answer back with this. Here we go. First period. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The offense, the high-flying Quebec City Nordique offense steps up for their team. The captain, Jonathan Huberdeau. Milan Michalek, Morgan Rielly, his 2nd goal of the series, and Tyler Myers. Look at that, all spread out, too. On front of the net, left side of the ice, center of the ice, and right side, the point center. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so the game's not over just yet, but we might have chased Halak out of the net, which would be nice. Second period. All right, that's what I'm talking about. What the hell? They went to, they took out Halak, and then maybe Jake Allen got injured, so they had to go back to Halak. He's back in the net. All right, so we got a 6-0 game here in the 3rd period. Yes, I do remember that Tampa Bay game against St. Louis when they came back. All right, but that was a while ago. I don't see that happening anymore. No. We got this game. All right, it was a good idea going back to Jacob Markstrom. They can score as many goals as they want now. I don't care. I'm still not taking out Jacob Markstrom. He had a good game. Those last 2 goals in the 3rd period, they don't count because he gave me the 6-0 lead. Once that happens, the game is different, right? So it's fine. That was a good win. The big story was our offense. I mean, I know we can score goals against these guys. Just the 2 big question marks was their defensemen, Pietrangelo and Shattenkirk. I mean, those guys, they're studs. They're top 2 defensemen. Let's see if there's any injuries. Or maybe I have to go to... Oh, I see. Okay. AHL. Kulikov injured for the next week or so. So maybe they just went back to Halak for some reason. Yeah, because it doesn't say... Or maybe he was day-to-day, so it's not an actual long injury. Yeah, because it would have shown. Yeah, it would have shown it by now. All right, so we're tied 1-1 in the series. Our offense showed up in this game. Markstrom has played okay for us. I think if he has another bad game, I will pull him to give Lack a chance. but I don't want to put any bad ideas in the kid head, all right? He's playing good right now. That was a good comeback game, and that was a good, like, momentum game, energy boost. We now know that we can beat these guys, all right? Their little 12-game winning streak, it means nothing when they're up against the Quebec City Ace Nordiques. We can beat them. This is a fresh series, all right? So tied 1-1. This is now best of 5. Come on. Here we go. Let's get off to that amazing... I don't need 4 goals, but let's get off to a good start. Here we go. First period. There you go. 2 goals. I'll take it. And once again, the lethal Latvian, Yuri Kapitanov, he steps up big for us in the first period. Aaron Ekblad gets one as well. So we got a 2-goal lead, 6-6 the shot, so it's pretty even. And Halak is still in the net, all right? So here we go. Come on, just maintain that lead. Maintain that lead, all right? Maintain that 2-goal lead. Second period. Oh my goodness gracious! The Quebec City Ace Nordiques are going crazy here. All right, the fans are chanting, they're singing in the stands. What unbelievable goal scoring right now in the finals. Peter Mueller with 2, McCallick with 1, Hartikainen. So the second line steps up big for us. The third or the fourth line, I think Hartikainen's on. He even steps up. All right, so again, he's got the 6-goal lead. Markstrom does in the third period. It should be more than enough. It should be more than enough. All right, there's 7. All right, calm down, boys. Okay, calm down, boys. You don't want to embarrass them. All right, we're going back to home ice. I mean, well, they are on their home ice. Never mind, Jesus. All right, Pyarvi gets 1 on Markstrom. Don't worry about it, Markstrom. You see what I mean? We're a better team, man. Offensively, we're a better team. As long as we can just score some goals, no doubt that they can get some goals on us, but, man, like, I'm not seeing anything spectacular that would stop us from scoring 4, 5, 6 goals a game. It's just they're 2 defensemen, right? But, like, their goalie... 85 overall, nothing spectacular. We scored goals on Ryan Miller. Dmitry Kulikov is available to play in the team's next game. Well, yeah, I got to do it, boys. That's stupid to think, oh, we're on a winning streak. Don't play him. No. You got to play your best players. Martinez, he is a fill-in. All right, Kulikov has played the whole year. He is getting the time, and also he's still getting better, right? So I want to give him the whoa, there he is. I want to give him the ice time. So here you go, switch it right back. Okay, and technically this should make us better, right? So Kulikov, yep. Because I scratched Martinez, so yeah, it will. What's it called? Kulikov. It'll always show unfilled lines. I just gotta go through them all. Okay, so and there you go, last one. Kulikov. Okay, so. Great news so far in the Stanley Cup Finals. Everything is going our way. We are an offensive juggernaut right now. All right. I mean, how many goals? 14 goals over the last 2 games. Unbelievable. That first game, don't worry about it. It's way behind us right now. But you got to expect that eventually a bounce-back game is coming from the St. Louis Blues. Eventually. It has to. All right. I mean... There's no way we score 8 goals on a team and they come back silent the next game, all right? These guys, they've got to get a fight started right off the beginning or something. So, boys, oh, my God, he starts off with a hit like 2 seconds in. Jesus. All right, boys, just be ready for it. Calm the storm. Weather the storm off the beginning, all right? And let's try to win this game in the late stages. But, again, just have a solid start. Just keep it a 0-0 game. That's all I want, all right? First period. All right, so that's good enough. They got 2, all right, but we got 1, so it's a 1-goal game. I expected them to come back with something strong. All right, so Markstrom, he allowed 2 goals there in the first period, but the game's not over. He can still shut them down. Here we go. Come on, boys. Bounce back. Second period. There you go. Oh, we got 1. I thought we tied it. They got 1 as well. A shorthanded goal. So they've already got 3 goals on 17 shots. Markstrom's not playing the greatest for us. We have 2 goals in 2 periods, so our offense is doing something, but yeah, Markstrom, you got to shut the door for the rest of the game, man, if we want a chance. Come on. I want to go up 3-1 in this series. Let's go. Somebody. Power play. Oh, Jordan Everly on the power play. Tie game. Oh, my God. Coming on a penalty kill. Good job, boys. Come on. Somebody. We could go up 3-1 going to home ice. Oh, McCallick. Lemieux. Ole. Holy crap. The Quebec City Ace Nordiques. We are up 3-1 in the Stanley Cup Finals, boys. Jacob Markstrom, he allowed 3 goals that game, but guess what? He held them off when I said you got to stop them. All right, we got that third period goal. Our offense stepped up again, and then Markstrom held us off into overtime. So, Markstrom had if he gamed that game, I think I would have pulled him if we didn't win it, but we won it. Our team seems to be playing good on front of Markstrom. I ain't touching a thing. I ain't touching a damn thing. All right. right? So here we go, boys. Look at this right now. Another series that the Quebec City Ace Nordiques are up 3-1. All right? Unbelievable. Can we end this one in 5 games as well? The Stanley Cup is in the Colisée de Pepsi. So this is going to be interesting. And before we get going, let me just blow my freaking nose. Okay, so here we go. We are in Game 5. Everything's on the line. It's not a must-win, but let's get this series over and done with while we can, okay? I'm going to do a regular simulation now because the Stanley Cup is in the building. It's on the line. I want to see how my team produces here, minute by minute, all right? There you go, Peter Mueller. Still, oh, but they come back. Frazier, he gets a goal. All right, so it's a 1-1 game, and they are out shooting us after the first period here, boys. All right, 13-9 the shots. So Mueller got us on the board, but they answered back quickly. It's not going to be a walk in the park this game. It's not going to be another one of those 6-goal first periods. Penalty kill, good job. Oh, Rich Peverly, what a time to get a goal. That might be his first playoff goal for us. What a time. Come on, boys. Come on, another goal, a lead goal would be so nice for us right now. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so the fans, nervous as hell right now. All right, the GM nervous, the players nervous, the coach is nervous. All right, the province of Quebec is nervous right now. All right, the country of Canada, we're playing for Canada right now. It's Canada versus America, so everybody's nervous. But we got a hell of a game in store. We got a 1-goal lead. All right, Markstrom, this could be your career right here. Okay. I mean, Eddie Lack had an amazing season, but you have a 1-goal lead in the 3rd period with the Stanley Cup on the line. It could be all to you. It could be all to you, all right? So, I mean, boys, if you want it, go out there and take it. That's all I'm going to say. You want it, go out there and take it. Come on, boys. Let's go. Power play. God damn it. Come on. 9 minutes left. Will Markstrom take it? Will Markstrom take it? Oh, no! Priority! 18 seconds left! No! They're going crazy. They don't believe it. Oh! No! Cole! He scores on Markstrom, and that's all she wrote. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh my God. We had it right there, boys. We had it right there in Game 5. It would have been the 4th series in a row that we won in 5 games. But Magnus Pajärvi, he scores with 18 seconds left. What the hell is the 4th line doing out there with 18 seconds left? Are you shitting me? Slap shot. Oh my God. Markstrom, man. That's the difference between a clutch goalie that wins it and a goalie that just gets replaced in the next game by Eddie Lack. Oh my God. That's rough. That's rough stuff right there, boys. But that's a key time to allow a goal. That is a key time to allow a goal, and Markstrom just didn't get it done. All right. So, I don't know what I should do right here. You know what? Ooh, I gotta make a decision. I gotta make a decision. If I go back, no, you know what? I'm gonna go with Markstrom one more time. We're gonna go with Markstrom one more time, and if we lose this game, then Eddie Lack's got Game 7. All right, that's how it's gonna be. If I switch to Eddie Lack right now, we lose this one, then I don't know who to go to for Game 7. We give Markstrom the 1 loss in the series. All right, he came back with 3 wins. He had this loss, which was a rough one. It was a rough one. Don't get me wrong. All right, I kind of blame Eddie Lack for it, but I'm giving him one more chance to win that Stanley Cup. If he can't do it right here, all right, he's not a clutch goalie. All right, that's all I'm going to say, unless it's his team's fault. But here's his second chance to win Quebec City the Stanley Cup, all right? Markstrom, this is your second and last chance, all right? This is your second and last chance. You got to get it done. Offense, give me another game like you did the last one. We need our goalie to step up, all right? We're in St. Louis this time, so we're on the road. Not looking too good, but we can answer back. Oh, I didn't even start the simulation yet. And Brandon Prust with a slap shot from the point. That's what I like to see. All right, so that's what I like to see. So here we go. First period. All right, so Prust's 1 goal is the lone one. But good news, we're winning in shot total 13-7, okay? So far so good. We just got to maintain this. Second period. All right. All right, so it's 1-0 again. Now, Markstrom, you've only faced 15 shots, but what we have is the exact same thing that we had in the last game, Markstrom. I don't care if it's only a 1-goal lead, all right? I mean, this is one of those situations, it's 20 minutes. A goalie can literally win the game for you all by himself. He doesn't need any help. Sure, it helps to get help, but, like, hockey's the kind of game where a goalie literally can stand on his head and win the game for his team. You got the lead, all right? If you can just play outstanding, it's ours, and you will go down in Quebec City history. So come on, boys. Let's go. All right, my motivational speeches have got to work for you. Come on. Oh, my God. Where's that support goal? Fuck! Shattenkirk! No! Not again! No! We're going to overtime. Oh, my God. Please. Ah! The boo! Yes! Aaron Ekblad! Deflection on the power play. He scores, and the Quebec City Ace Nordiques win the Stanley Cup in overtime, boys. Oh my God. I know the building may be quiet, but back in Quebec, they're chanting, ole, 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 ole. And Aaron Ekblad, what a draft pick. This kid will go down in history now. Oh my goodness gracious. An overtime deflection goal to win the Stanley Cup. All right, he's gone down in history for Quebec City. I mean, no longer do the Quebec City Nordiques have to look at the Montreal Canadiens and hear 20-something Stanley Cup wins, all right? And hear that they're the only team, they're the best team in the NHL, they're the best Canadian team, they're the only Quebec team. Nah, no longer, all right? Because now the Quebec City Ace Nordiques, all right, led by the captain, Jonathan Huberdeau, and, I mean, Markstrom might be our future goalie. We got him signed 7 years at 1-point-something million, all right? He came back a 1-goal game. Unbelievable. So there you go, boys. All right, 4 years in, and we finally won that Stanley Cup in convincing fashion. A President's Trophy season, all right, and not one elimination game for us in the playoffs. Round 1, 5 games. Round 2, 5 games. Round 3, 5 games. Round 4, 6 games. So no team took us to the brink, all right? We never had ourselves against the ropes. So I'd like to congratulate all the players, the Quebec City Ace Nordiques, the training staff, the coaches, and I would like to thank the fans of Quebec. Thank you for your patience, but now it's time to start the dynasty. Your patience is paid off, and now you're going to see the best hockey ever being played in Le Coliseum de Pepsi.